I have terrible allergies to like pet dander, pollen. You sometimes hear that I'm a little stuffed up, but especially bullshit. I'm absolutely allergic to bullshit, and it is pegging my bullshitometer with this story. And we're looking back on October 8th. Thank you to the Salty Cracker right here for your support, but also for shouting out this story on your stream tonight, because this is eye-opening. Why Biden won't ban fracking. From CNN Business, October 8th, 2020. They say, Trump just wants you to think that Biden will ban it, but he won't, okay? Biden's not going to ban fracking at all. Here's why. Banning fracking would kill tens of thousands of jobs in Pennsylvania, Texas, and Ohio. Those are 3 states at the heart of the 2020 race for the White House, he says. Okay? That's why Joe Biden explicitly opposes a nationwide ban on the controversial oil and gas drilling technique, even though climate activists want to save the planet by banning fracking. So, 1, banning fracking doesn't save the planet. It actually increases emissions through other means of transporting energy. 2, why on earth would you believe CNN in October would be honest about their intent of the article? Don't miss the fact that the content of the article may be true. Banning fracking would kill thousands of jobs, but they lied and said that Joe Biden's not going to do it. Cut to now. Well, here we have foodandwaterwatch.org saying that fracking on federal lands, what are we going to do? Biden promised that he would end it. That's odd. Is this going to be fact-checked? I don't see Food and Water Watch being removed from the internet. They're clearly spreading misinformation if they're saying that Biden promised to end fracking. Did he? Trump's green light to frack federal lands builds on what Obama and Biden actually started. They started this? Banning new development of oil and gas on federal lands would be significant for the climate and for the protection of some of our most treasured historical sites and national parks. Between now and 2050, new drilling on federal lands could produce the carbon equivalent of 1,000 coal-fired power plants. Ergo, that means fracking saves us from needing over 1,000 coal-burning power plants. Hello? They say we need to dramatically reduce carbon emissions. Further, oil and gas production on federal lands is increasingly threatening some of our most iconic national parks, and they go on to name them. And there are some of them that are really good. Leasing that federal land to oil and gas developers that had increased under Trump gave us energy independence. Biden is pulling that back. He's gutting that. They say in an area the size of New Jersey, coupled with the gutting of already too weak regulations and the production and transport of oil and gas, Trump's actions have recklessly increased emissions and pushed us even closer to climate chaos. Okay, so under Biden, what are they proposing? All of those things to be undone. And what did he do? He's taking on big oil, he says. He's suspending any fuel drilling on federal lands. So, over the past 4 years, if you were an oil and gas developer, you were promised and you were given access from the federal government, special grants to drill on federal lands that they could tell they had studied, they knew they had oil. They could drill it, pump it, frack it, bilge it, you name it. They're going to sell it out to you super cheap to keep energy costs cheap, to keep us from buying energy from Russia and China and Iran and other dipshit countries. They're not shithole countries, they're dipshit countries. We'd be dipshits to do business with them. Trump got us off of them entirely. Biden's going to put you right back on them real quick. Didn't take a week. Remember, he also signed an executive order to allow China access to our power grid. Trump blocked China from developing solar power grids in the United States. Biden said, no, let the Chinese be the ones to build our solar power. Because if in 100 years you completely depend on solar energy after some massive EMP or some crazy disaster happens, say you only depend on solar energy, literally a free resource coming to you from the sun, and China gets to own and control your access to it because of what they're doing right now. Trump said no, Biden said yes. Is this clear yet? Is it clear yet? Share this with your lefty friends and ask them, is this clear yet? CNN said this is going to cost thousands of jobs, tens of thousands of jobs. Fracking is really important to white working class voters. Only the white people? I'm pretty sure fracking reduces the energy costs of low-income housing, of middle class housing, of upper class housing. What I'm trying to say is that the energy costs drop for everyone. So it doesn't matter who's working those jobs. It matters who's impacted ultimately by what those jobs produce. And that's what lefties don't get, because they don't produce anything. They just sit at a job and earn a wage. You notice the left worries a whole lot more about what the hourly wage is than what the work produces. Because they're not producers, they're just wagers, they're wage slaves, they're wage takers. They want money per hour because they think their time is valuable while putting in virtually no work. The work produces, the time is, well, going to pass them by. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to this channel if you could on all the great platforms and even the not so great ones. And then do everything else that you can do to keep America afloat.